Good morning, guys. Chuck B here. Another little bit of babble this week as we're pulling out. Getting a little bit late start today. It's already 10 after 8 and I'm just pulling out of the driveway, and I think I have 11 on the board today. That's all right. Well, we'll make it happen. This week's video, I think I just want to talk about not being afraid. And what I mean by that is not being afraid of being fired, obviously. And that's something, guys, it's going to happen. I did get fired this week, or let go, whatever how you want to put that. It wasn't anything negative. It was a lawn that I expected to be let go. I guess I should say last week. They paid their invoice and told me they didn't want my services anymore. Didn't need them. And I expected it to happen because this guy wanted mowed twice a week. And I was like, it's not how I do things. I can't facilitate a twice a week mow. I think it's unneeded. And he's like, well, we really fertilize and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, that's fine. I don't do that. What made it difficult, he's like, all right, that's fine. Whoa. What made it difficult was, somebody just decided they were going to turn right in front of me. No signal, just whip their truck right over in front of me. Back on track here. What made it difficult was I mow them on Wednesday. So for them to mow twice a week, there's really not a good day for that. It made it really difficult. He was going to mow once and I was going to mow once. Hey man, I'm going to mow you once. That's all I can do. If you want to, whatever you want to do on those other 6 days of the week, it's your lawn. I advise against it, but anyway, so I'd show up, and I skipped it twice because he mowed it like on Tuesday. And he even told me, hey, if you want to run the mower back and forth, I get it. He goes, your day is Wednesday, I mowed on Tuesday. And I'm just not like that. I'm not trying to rip people off. And I'm not trying to work just be on your lawn just for a check. I really want to make a lawn look better. And so anyway, he couldn't find a day that would work for him mowing because stupid pop-up ads. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I think I've asked before, if you guys know how to stop a phone from having pop-up ads, just randomly shut everything down. It happens in the middle of text messages, in the middle of videos, whatever. Anyway, he let me go. Like I said, I expected it. And my trailer just made a funky sound. And I am getting ready to get hit. But however, I need to get here and check this trailer out. Alright guys, I'm going to pause just for a second so I can check my trailer out. Alright guys, excuse me. Sorry the sun's in your hitting you guys there. It's just the direction I gotta drive this morning to get to my first lawn, right? So yeah, so I got let go, and that's fine. It was expected, and actually I found it a little relieving because I had 3 large lawns that are all push. They're big lawns, but the way they're set up, they're push. Can't get to 50 on them. And the one that let me go, his front yard is friggin' steep. If it was flat, the 50 would be awesome for it. But it's so steep that there is no way the 50, I would be a little weary of just going straight up it. The grade is so steeper than my trailer. So I wouldn't want to use any kind of standard rider on it. I mean, it's another pop-up ad. Let's see how many freaking pop-up ads can pop up on my phone that I don't want to see. From Google Play. I've turned all that shit off, uninstalled. I don't know, man. God, it makes me mad. I hate not having control of something and not knowing why. So anyway, so there's one. Don't be afraid of being let go. It's going to happen. It's just a part of it. Especially in the spring season, a lot of people think they want lawn care. They'll hire you. They use you. They get that first invoice. They're like, we don't want this expense. And they drop you. It just, whatever, man. It happens. Let's see. I have let two customers go. One was a pseudo let go. I made a mistake. So I'll just say I let 3 customers go. One was a fertilizer customer whom I had made the rookie mistake, and let him argue me or will and deal me into a lower price that I wasn't even comfortable with. And then he was a high maintenance customer. He wanted the weeds to be gone like that, even though I hadn't applied any pre-emergence or post-emergence to his lawn. His first application was a feeding and aeration and an overseeding, which I wanted to wait until fall, but he wanted his lawn overseeded now because the neighborhood expert, whom I was also competing with, because he was giving his feedback on what he thought my lawn treatments were doing to the guy's lawn. So the guy wasn't happy, and the more I tried to explain it, he apologized for being, for using the word that he considered his neighbor the expert. And I was like, right there's a big red flag, guys. You don't want to compete with the neighborhood expert unless you really got the time and you want to show him that no, you are the expert. I don't have the time to coddle this guy. He was wanting phone calls at night. He wanted to talk about it. And like I said, he was just an every 6-week customer. So I was like, nah. I let him go. He argued. Finally, he saw that I wasn't going to bend again on him. And I was just like, no. Neither one of us are going to be happy. It's better for us both. Let's end it now before there is actual animosity. So anyway, we quit. So there's one I dropped. I dropped another one over the weekend. It's a lady that pays for her son's lawn to be mowed. And it's one of those that I priced last year. I should have raised it, which I did raise it $5, but that's still not an appropriate raise for it. It needed to be raised like 15 per service. Square footage was small, except it was all push and all hill. And super overwatered, and so it grew like freaking crazy. You would think, and I had control of the fertilizing, so I know it's not over fertilized. It just grows freaking ridiculous. So I let that one go because I wasn't making any money, even though she's a good payer, good customer, never had any problems out of her. They don't complain. I wasn't making the lawn look good because the way I had to cut it. I couldn't bag it because there was another problem. I had to park the truck so far away that it would take me 2 hours to mow that lawn if I was bagging and walking to the truck with a bag. Just the way I had to get to my truck. And in the end, guys, relationships are good with your customers, but if you're losing a lot of time on a lawn, which means you're losing a lot of money, is what it is. You gotta look at your business, which is more important, the relationship or the business. And I think in the end, your business is more important. You want to have good relationships with your customers, but you can't do that at the expense of your company. You can't take it in the rear because you can't get what you really should get for the lawn. I mean, I raised it to 40 and she was fine, but it was really a $55 or $60 lawn just with the other outside issues. And she wasn't going to pay that, so we just let the lawn go. It is what it is. So there's the fertilizer guy. the heavy lawn or the steep lawn, whatever you want to call it. Third customer I let go was, I mow his property. I'll be there today. It's a house going on the market. I've mowed them for a few years. So that house is not what I'm counting as the let go. The house he's moving to, I measured the square footage and I was like, yeah, no problem. It'll be about the same price. But I didn't pay attention to the map on where the property actually was in relation to my route, because it's in a part of town that I'm only in 1 day a week, and really only half a day. So I drove over there and I'm like, oh crap, what did I do? I can't make this work. It's really just it's out of any kind of route. So anyway, I had to email him and say, hey, I really do apologize. I made a mistake. I just cannot fit this new lawn into that route. And again, I apologize, and I just can't make it happen. And it falls back on, good customer relationship, but if I were to try to make that route, I would have to drop or move probably 3 other customers to be able to drive that far out of route. And that it can't happen, guys. You can't take it in, a business just can't take it in the butt like that. Not for a $30 lawn. So, or 35 or whatever it was until I think it was 35. But anyway, for a $35 lawn, you can't drop freaking $105 worth of lawns to get that one. You'll put yourself out of business if you try to make people that happy. So he never responded, so I'm sure he's upset, but I gave him a referral to another guy, and I found out that the guy I referred, it's out of his route too, but it is what it is. I tried to help. I didn't want to just plain old leave him hanging for, did what I could. So anyway, guys, you can't be afraid to make those decisions. You're a business owner. In the end, you're loyal to your business. You have to push forward. You have to make it work. You have to make money. You have to make profit. And if something is not profitable, just making your money back. Because I've had lawns where I'd be like, okay, this lawn's a wash. But it got me into this neighborhood that's going to bring me more customers. That's, a personal decision. If you can handle taking a wash on something to build in a neighborhood, that's one thing. But these ones I dropped are not in areas I want to build. I don't want those areas. So it would be taking a wash strictly, or not even taking a wash. It'd be taking a loss, a big loss, just to make somebody happy. And in the end, nobody's going to write you a check. Damn it, I went the wrong way because I'm babbling. Nobody's just going to make you write you a check to make you happy. So you shouldn't be just doing work just to make somebody happy. You're a business in the end, and that's what it's all about. So anyway, guys, I know this was a lot of babble, and it's all about me, and it's not really showing you any tips, but it is a way I think a lot of new guys fall into the trap. I know I've fallen into the trap many friggin' times. Gotta turn around in this church parking lot. I know I have fallen into the trap many times of just wanting to make somebody happy. And especially when I started that first season, man, it really was all about making people happy. And I do have customers I have really good relationships with. I was now relating to a customer yesterday because I had a flat on the 50, and I had to run back home to pump it up because I didn't have an air compressor in my truck. My bad. So she was like, hey, you are so dependable. You've never been late. She goes, what's going on? Are you okay? No accidents, she was concerned. So that was nice, just to know somebody. Ad number 3 popped up off of Google Play Services. Sorry for saying that. anyway, it was nice that somebody actually worried about me rather than just getting their grasp on it. I've mowed her for a few years. So anyway, guys, that all boils down to get to a 5-second video of don't be afraid to make decisions that are about the profit in your business, because in the end, if you're not profitable, you'll be out of business and you'll be back to working for someone else. And if you really are in this because you want to be a business owner, then that's the way you got to look at things. You've got to own your business, which means you own your profits, or you own your reasons for or for not profits. They're not somebody else's fault. It's not because of this. It's not because of that. It's because of the decisions you have made in your business. So that's my tip for the week, guys. Add effing number 4. Hey guys, another thought I had for this in the whole don't be afraid. Sorry, I got bit by something on my back. I gotta cool off. I'm hot and angry. Guys, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to grow. I was just listening to a podcast, and she mentions, and by the way, the small, oh shit, make sure I can say this right, the local small business coach. I think that's what it is. The local small business coach. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'll put a link down in the description. It's a great podcast to listen to if you just want to get things. I always like to listen to stuff that's going to make me think of, whether it's something that's above where I'm at right now, but it gets me thinking about next steps or steps I should be into right now, or it just gets me thinking. And that's all. It doesn't have to be a lawn care podcast all the time. I listen to a lot of just business podcasts. So I'll put a link in the description below. Check her out. She explains things really down to earth. Not a bunch of $1 million words and trying to make herself sound, whatever. I really like it. But anyway, don't be afraid to grow. Don't be, she brought up a good point in this one. If I were to look back on 3 years ago, and when I thought I was busy, I would be stressed out today if I had that amount of clients, because I would be stressed out that I was out of business, because there's no way I could operate with the business. Well, I'd find a way, but I would be seriously stressed out with the amount of clients I had 3 years ago, and I thought I was doing well. I'd be sweating it today on, holy crap, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay myself? And how am I going to pay the business to grow? I would be stressed. And I thought I was busy then. And if I would look forward from then and see what I'm doing in a week now, I'd be like, holy crap, there's no way I'll have to hire 2 guys to be in the truck with me to do that. But yet I'm making it happen. And even the stuff I had last year, I thought I was busy. And I had a helper last year. And I'm doing more than what I was doing with a helper last year right now. So don't be afraid to grow, because as you grow, you're going to find processes and efficiencies to make it happen. And that's your job as a business owner. That is your job, to allow your business to grow and find the efficiencies and find the processes that's going to make it work. So I just wanted to throw that out there, guys. I'm pulling up to the next lawn, and yeah, don't be afraid to grow and make money, man. Don't be afraid is the biggest thing of this, and of this video. And like I said, check out the local small business coach. Like I said, I'll put her link down in the description below, and I think there's a lot. I've been listening to a lot of her podcasts. They're really short ones, 15, 20 minutes, and they really get you thinking about stuff. And yeah, check it out and have a great weekend.
Yeah, we are in the place to be. Yeah,